Hey guys, what's up? And I'm here today to do my back to basics school. I did want to post this yesterday. The footage was just taking me forever to edit and make the video. By the time I was done building the actual thing and like getting all the footage corrected, it was midnight. So I school at night. I decided to just post it today. So as you can tell from the title, this is going to be like a high school. And I really wanted it to be very unique. So it's a very simplified high school, but there's also some interesting features behind it. It's very modern chic, and there is some portions to where I had to do things somewhat differently than I would have wanted to, but in the end it worked out. And as you can see, it's going to be a 2-story building. Originally I was going to try to make it 3 stories, and I decided out of that, I didn't like the way it was going to look, so yeah, we ended up with 2 stories. I didn't even record the 3 stories on camera. That was all done off camera, unfortunately. Right now, as you can see, I'm doing the roofing, and I wanted it to have this, like, not really ultra sleek, but I wanted it to be a simple roof to where you can really just tell what it is in a way. And it took me a little bit to get the roof perfect. I had a little bit of a hard time. Wanted to raise that up. I couldn't. You can only raise those up or lower them. I decided in the end that I was going to lower the roofs and kind of blend them together like this, and that is what we ended up with. And I had to like lower the pitched roof a little bit and edit things a little bit more just because I wanted all the roofing to line up, and I really couldn't get it to line up correctly. So this is the way that the roofs look at the end, and I'm not going to do anything else to the roof. The next thing I did is I'm adding doors and some windows. The first story is very open and very bright in a lot of spaces. And I put these very simple windows in, just kind of make it look more modern. And I put some of the same windows in, as well as the same doors, because there is 4 doors to this building. Sorry, a lot of people can walk in and out at the same time. And right now I'm building like the cafeteria area, and it does not look that big, but I love the way this turned out. I really do. I had to shrink down that a little bit so that I can put bathrooms in there. So the first room that I made is like the attendance office, and the second room is like the principal office, the principal's. And then I was originally going to sit there and do each room individually, and I kind of was fooling around and stopped recording for a little bit. I was thinking, why do each room individually when I know I can save the room to my library and just copy paste the room over and over again? So right now I'm actually deleting all those rooms, because I figured, let's do a 6x6 room, and I'll just save it. I'll do the one room, I'll save it, end of story. I don't need to worry about doing, 20 rooms or so just for the one floor, and then do each room individually. So as you can see, I am doing some windows, and I wanted like a plastery feel to the room, so I just went with these like concrete blocks that I found inside the tile. And I was going to do large tables and have it be a small classroom, but I really couldn't get the large tables to fit the way I wanted it to. And then I didn't have enough space for the teacher's desk to go there, and I was just having all sorts of trouble with the room. I really was. So this is the way that the room was originally going to look, and I decided not to do it this way because I did not like it this way at all. So yeah, originally I was going to have 8 students per room, and then I realized, oh wait, they can only get to one of those chairs. They can't get to the other 6 or 7 chairs. I decided to do individual tables and kind of make this different pattern. So you have 6 to 7 students per room, and then you have a teacher. Now the teacher's desk has its own chair. And that is the classroom. I went with the basic tile flooring, and then I just deleted one of the extra chairs. So there's 5 student chairs per classroom. Now the reason this is important is there's also a bookcase, and there's a lamp on her desk as well as a lot of light. Now, after I did all of this work, I realized that, oh, the window's going to pose a problem, so that's going to be an issue, which means, unfortunately, that I would have to do everything individually. And as you can see right now, I'm just saving it under, like, career room. I forgot I had to put a title down. So this is the way that the rooms look right now. So that room down there, I originally was going to do it as a gym, but then I realized, well, the bathrooms are on the other side of the building, and they don't have showers. So that's going to be weird because they're going to have to go, they're going to be stinky. Let's just take and make that into an art room. Right now I'm editing a lot of this. So there is 7 classrooms total on the ground floor, 2 of which have extra chairs for their students just because they are a little bit bigger. And there's actually 8 classrooms on the ground floor. Very simple rooms. I didn't want it to be too fancy, but I didn't want it to be too bleh. Simple rooms. The next thing I wanted to do was work on this room. Like I said, this was originally going to be my gym. I decided against it, and I turned it into the art room. Not, unfortunately, until I tried making it into a gym. But the first thing I did was I put in some stairs, and I left one space specifically because that room behind the cafeteria, where I'm drawing the little hallway to now, is actually a kitchen, and you need some way to get into the kitchen. So yes, I'm sketching out the spot for the library, and then also the a music room as well as a gym. Unfortunately, originally my plan was to make a music room and a art studio upstairs next to the library, but you can already figure out what went wrong with that idea. Next, I'm working on making another classroom, and this is going to be more open air, I guess. I really don't know how to say it. There's going to be more tables in this room, more chairs in this room, specifically because there's going to be more students. I believe I made this into a 8-person classroom. Yeah, I made it into an 8-person classroom. So there's the teacher's desk, and there's your 8 students. Simple room, pretty much the same thing in everyone. I was gonna put some lockers in originally, and I went, no, let's put in a simple bookshelf. Let's do 2 on the wall to make it a little bit better. And that's it. Let's move on. I put in some lights just to brighten up the room a little bit. And then I saved this room as well under classroom 2. And it took forever to load. And then I just copy pasted that room a bunch of times. So on the second story, there's a lot more classrooms. There is 4, 5, 6 on the top story, 8 on the bottom story. And those are regular classrooms. Those aren't your gym, music room, art room, nothing like that. Those are actual 100% classrooms. So there's a total of 6. And unfortunately, when I flipped the room, I did not realize that it had shifted until the very end. So you kind of get a study hall to where you can just go in and study a little bit. Coincidentally, it's right near the library, which is awesome. I did not edit that out. When I was doing it, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. So I kept it. And unfortunately, I had to jump into my sim and kind of use a couple cheats because I wanted this, how do I put it? I wanted to use the expansion or the career unlockables for the kitchen, but I couldn't really do that in build mode. I had to do it with my sim playing it. So I just grabbed my tester, which I used to test certain functions, and I went ahead and tried it out. And I had to use a couple cheats to give her a lot more money, just so that way she can be able to afford everything. And once I finished the kitchen, I jumped out of her and went back into regular unlimited build mode. Right now what I'm doing is I'm putting down the counters. The reason I did that is I wanted to include and have a space to where, the food can get placed and the kids can grab the food. Kind of like a serving line. And I made this little cutout area, which is going to be where this fridge goes. There's 4 sinks, 4 different cooking objects, whether we have 2 pancake griddles and 2 stoves, and then 2 sinks. I love the pancake griddle, I really do. But we also need a stove so we can cook other objects. And right here is where I kind of needed more money. So I gave her a little bit more funds. And then I put on these range hoods. And unfortunately there is no counters for the career unlockable. I thought there was, but there is not, unfortunately. So, and I did not like that. It wasn't modernized enough, so I went into this one, pulled it out, and kept going. I would have loved it if I could place them going through the range hoods like you can for a couple of them. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that to work. I don't think that's even possible for the career unlockable range hoods, culinary career. But hey, it works, and I love it. And my Let's Play is actually going to be up next week. I haven't really been playing it that much. I've been extremely busy with work and school. And I've had my pumpkin house recorded, but when my brother went to do his homework on the computer, he accidentally deleted my files because he thought he deleted a file he created, and it deleted all my recorded videos, which sucks because I had recorded like 4 videos, but oh well, that's what happens when you have a brother. Right now I'm just finishing up the decorations. I included a little chalkboard menu, some pots and pans, knives, a little pot rack, some spices, a lot of spices, and I was gonna do like picnic tables because I know that's big in high school, or in schools in general. But I finally decided, you know what, nope, we're gonna go with a simple table with chairs, nothing too fancy. And I wanted to make sure I could do this in a specific way. And I want these plain black chairs. And there is an uneven number of chairs, unfortunately. Next I moved on to was the bathroom. Originally, I forgot that this wasn't The Sims 3, where they have like the bathroom stalls. They can just like put one on top of the other, next to each other. So I actually had to make my own stalls, which wasn't that bad. It took up the same amount of room. It's just, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that I didn't have to do all this, but oh well, who cares? And if you guys don't know, next month, pools come out. You guys do not know how happy I am that there will be swimming pools released in The Sims 4. That is one thing I've really missed about it. There is 4 toilets and 2 sinks per bathroom. They are basically non-gendered bathrooms, meaning I don't care what gender uses it. Because really there is no urinals, so it shouldn't really matter. Originally I was going to put a wall in there, but I decided against it, and I decided just to put in islands and kind of make it into like this raised up bar area to where they can sit, and the attendance officers can work on their computers or talk to students or whatever. So I put in a total of 5 bar stools and 3 chairs because, face it, some students are going to go to the attendance office because they're late. You're late, you're late, you're late. Shame on you. I'm joking. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. And we have this nice little seating area. Moving some stuff around in here, making everything look better. And again, this is the principal's office. So this is the place to where you really don't want to go at all. Try to get it a little bit more classy. Having a little hard time with it, but oh well. And if you cannot tell already, the school colors I ended up making blue, which awesome. Kind of a little overboard with the blue, to be honest, but oh well. Putting in the computers now for all of the administration and staff. A little tablet there so that way students can sign in and out if need be. And now I went on to the gym, and this is where I was originally going to put the gym, but you'll see why it didn't work. Honestly, it would have worked, but I didn't have enough space to put in a shower, and trust me, you need a shower after you work out. Trust me. And then the second problem I had is I could only fit like 3 punching bags in there, and I wanted 4 of all the workout equipment, and it didn't work at all. So I decided, you know, let's erase all of this, and we're going to do that upstairs. And I had to figure out where to put the bathroom or the shower is at. So I cut into the library a little teensy bit. to make the showers. Next thing I did was I included downstairs now the art room, which has these lovely desks to where you can work on your art and really get inspired. There's only 5 art desks because there is also, there's woodworking tables. Alright, sorry about that. My mom actually called me. So now we put in the teacher's desk. We're putting in some chairs. I now got the kitten on my lap. So there's also some bookshelves, and I realized that, it's an art room, but there's no easels. So I had to go back in and kind of like put the easels in. Sorry, I'm enjoying playing with the kitty cat right now. Multitasking! Yes! So, I kind of wanted, like, some art equipment, like the, actual easels or something, and I realized that means I have to go back into my tester, get her a second job, increase her position in that job to the max to unlock the stuff, and it didn't work. I didn't like it. So now I'm putting in lights all throughout the main area, the hallways, the cafeteria, all the little rooms. I'm making my kitty cat purr. And I realized, even though I do have like lights in the bathroom, it's not going to be in where the toilets are at because it's kind of closed door. So there's individual lights in the bathroom, which costs a lot of money. I'm actually going to sit there and a lot of times, like, I've been, like, I looked on the gallery and I know that some people have downloaded some of my houses, which is awesome. I always love when people download my houses. It makes me feel so good. Makes me feel like I'm achieving something. But what I'm going to say is, if you guys want to do something, this house is actually under hashtag Simply Simming and hashtag TS4 school. So if you guys want to do something and kind of I don't want to say necessarily say contest because I'm a college student, I don't have any money. But let's say that if you guys redo the house, go ahead and use the hashtag TS4 school, or redo the school I should say, not the house. Go ahead and use that hashtag so I can simply very easily find it and take a look at how you guys did it and what you guys did differently. I love the different ideas and stuff on the gallery. And my mom is helping me because I'm not a good drawer, and I find it's easier if I make a drawing before I make the house. And now the cat's playing with the microphone. Ow, that's my hand. Kittens, awesome. But she's actually helping me make some drawings so I can do a couple of different unique homes. But right now we are working on the music room. There's some violins, some guitars, a piano. I even put in some microphones. And all those, like, you can only do jokes on those. But I mean, seriously, it's a music room. You're gonna record music in here. Have a microphone so you get amazing sound. And I wanted some chairs in there, as the dog's getting jealous of me right now. So I put in a lot of chairs, and I do mean a lot. Probably about 80% of this you cannot get to, but hey, it works, and it looks cute. So I also put in a desk, a computer, and a tablet, and then moved on to the library. Can you stop playing with my microphone, please? No, my microphone does not need to be cleaned. I'm enjoying playing with the cat and being in the cat's company right now, guys. No, no biting. I should probably stop playing with the cat with the microphone. He's so cute, though. I seriously want to, like, record him and do, like, a voiceover with it. Probably will end up doing that. I just came up with a project to do. We put in a lot of bookshelves, and I went ahead and made, like, this sitting area to where you can walk and really just have fun. Enjoy it. So this is pretty much the entire school. The last thing we're going to do is just painting, and it's 100% the same painting as it was. It's the same plaster, like cement walls. It's the same floor, same everything. I think there's only like 4 rooms out of a different floor. The reason I did that is I wanted to not only incorporate like a bland feel to the room, but I wanted it to be very, how do I put it? I wanted it to be very altruistic and very simple, very sleek. We will actually put in windows on the second floor as well as lockers. I'm actually putting in the windows right now. And this is actually where I realized that I shifted the room a little bit too much, and I didn't realize it at first. So we just like enlarged that room a little bit more. Oh well, who cares? Ah. Next thing, like I said, is we're doing lockers. There is a ton of lockers, and I loved using these lockers. It made the room feel perfect and the building feel incredible. The lockers pretty much are only on the second story. There is no lockers on the ground floor. Went in, got myself a different tile with the blue for the school's color, and that is in the kitchen, the attendance office, the waiting room, the hallways, the gym, in the bathroom even. It is pretty much like school color galore. And I kind of took this from my high school. There is some hardwood in the music room, the gym, the principal's room, principal's office, and the art room. I'm putting in this blue trim or frieze on each room. I really like the way it looks, and then I went and I got this square trim, and I put it all over everything because it looks to me like a blue, like a darker blue, which technically is, but I loved the way it looked. Last thing I did was I put on the brick for the outside. I love brick buildings. It is my favorite. And I had to make sure that the rooms were going to come out correctly. There is 100% brick building. It kind of makes you wonder, how did a brick building, come out this way? Originally I was going to do partially brick and the rest with like paint. I decided against it. I decided just to do 100% brick. And I changed the color of the roof as well. I also add a foundation. And it's not a big foundation, it's like a 2-step foundation. But I smoothed everything out, put it in a little deck area. And this deck I love. I love the way this deck turned out. There is a little rounded portion to it, and that just kind of like smoothens it out in my opinion. Smooth that out, put in the steps. Again, blue. Like I said, there's only 2 steps. Originally I was going to do like a trim, just so that way, because, I mean, I'll just like skip a step here, skip a step there. I was going to try to do a fountain on the deck, right outside of the principal's office. It really wasn't working, so I just said screw it, who cares. I put in this concrete foundation tile thing, just so that way it can really make everything look beautiful. I decided let's even it out one more time, and then put in my fencing. There's a fence surrounding the back of the building. There is no way to get out of the building except for the one area, unfortunately. But I figured, it's a school. I don't want people breaking into my school. And it just looks pretty. Who cares? It looks awesome. I changed the top of the roof of the school to be blue. Of course, why not? And I absolutely loved the way this building looks now. So now we have the fencing there. I was kind of like going around and trying out a couple